Hello there. This is Pamela Jordan with Boss Up Marketing, where, as you know by now with these videos, marketing is everywhere you are. So everything is up for discussion and on the table. So welcome today, as I promised from the last video, which showed the top 5, what I thought was the best, 5 commercials from the Super Bowl 2022, number 56. I am now doing what I consider to be the top 5 worst commercials from the Super Bowl weekend and the game night. So let's just jump right in. But you know what you need to do for me before I even get started. I need you to go and do all of the things to get the word out about Boss Up Marketing as a channel. I'm Pamela Jordan again. So look, we're going to keep it short and sweet. Now, mind you, I'm using that Loom app again, right, to give it a try. I have, there's some pros and cons with it for usability. However, since I did part 1 with it, I'm going to do part 2, which allows me to show sort of a slideshow, and then I can do the narrative with that. So just work with me on trying out something new, right? And I'll do a mini lesson for those students of mine and those who want to learn more about promotion. I'm going to do that on the front end, and then we're going to have fun on the back end. Now, the other disclaimer or two are this. Now, in some cases, I might have to trim a video if there's some copyright, requirements and infringements and things. So I had to trim a video on the top 5 best. So if it happens again, you'll know why. I'll make a note of it in the description box. And, we're just going to see what happens with that. Now, I also cannot really control the output of the video. I do the best I can. So, let's just see how it goes. Now, let me turn on the slideshow here. Hold on. Okay, it's coming. So we just wait on it, I guess. There it is. There I am now. I guess the presentation is loading. And here we go. Here's the cover page. So the top 5, what I regard as the worst, and I saw many of them, and it could have gone either way at any point. However, you have to narrow it down to 5. So let's go. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give a quick tutorial on what promotion is, the 4 types of promotion, and I want to reiterate the selection criteria that I use to even arrive at my top 5 best commercials from the part 1 of this series, and then count down from 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and at the top worst. Oh my gosh, this was more fun than finding the best ones, let me tell you. So promotion, there are 3 things that promotion is designed to do: inform, persuade, and remind customers about a product or a service. If you find packaging information, coupon machines on the aisles at the grocery store, contests and sweepstakes, and buy one, get one free. All of these things fall under the category of promotion because it's in an attempt to get you to purchase more product, consume more product, increase loyalty for a product. All of these things happen when a great marketing team utilizes promotion in the right way. So let's quickly talk about the 4 types of promotion. Me forgetting my head is going to be in the way of one of them. But there are 4 types. There's advertising, there's public relations, sales promotion, and personal selling. So really quickly, advertising is paid for. You pay, you have control over the narrative as to how you want to communicate the features, benefits, and wonderful, great things about your brand or product or service, right? And so advertising is what we're going to talk about today by showing you some clips of some of the commercials. Now, public relations could be free if you're talking publicity, a newspaper caption or blurb that you send, and they publish it at no cost in the community pages. Word of mouth, right? Referrals and testimonials and things like that. That's free. But you can also hire a public relations firm to handle either sensitive issues, or if you just want to give the image of your company a makeover. Public relations firms are out there, good ones also, who can take care of that. Then you have sales promotion. Now, these are the sweepstakes, the contests, the coupons, the sampling packets that you may get in the mail, the direct mailers and things like that. These are the things that have the enticements for us to buy. It tries to encourage us to increase our consumption of the product, increase our loyalty, all of those things. And then you have personal selling. This is direct, personalized, customized communication between the buyer and the seller. And you tailor that as a salesperson toward the customer who's in your face and whose face you're in, and you want to ask them questions. You want to try to, respond to any reasons they may have or hesitancy they have for buying. This is where personal selling comes in. So if you're a really good communicator and you have a way with people, this is where you can really tailor your messages and make it count and try to drive sales for an organization. And that's why sales folks get paid the big bucks, right? So those are the 4 types of promotions. So we're going to jump right in and talk about the selection criteria that I used in the previous video and in this one. These are just categories of things that a lot of marketing teams try to check all the boxes on, or as many as they can, for their investment, to realize their investment. And I just have to say $7 million for, a 30-second spot. And let's be clear, some of these companies had 1 minute spots, so double that. You want to make sure that the brand is being represented in the best way. So you have branding. Is it prominent? Do people know what product is being sold here in this ad? Is it memorable? Meaning, does it stick with you even after the game, that you remembered a commercial, and why? Okay, because sometimes it's great reasons, sometimes it's not, but memorable is memorable, right? And you have to kind of be really careful about what is memorable, right? Attention grabbing. Did it catch your attention enough at the beginning for a moment at least in order to keep the viewers watching and not getting up to go get snacks, right, during a game? Is it emotionally appealing? And that can be in a funny way, in a heartstring pulling way. Was it emotional for you? Does it take you back to a place that just tugs at you like, oh, I can relate to this? Whatever it is, was it emotionally appealing? Now, you still have to have a clear story, okay? It has to be brain friendly. Now, people are at a Super Bowl game. They may or may not be consuming beverages, that may, alter their ability to interpret or follow things. And so sometimes we have to keep the message kind of clear, simple, clean, instead of, in some cases, a lot being conveyed. Now, product features and benefits. You really, benefits are really what sell a product, okay? Features are those physical aspects, those more tangible aspects, but benefits sell. So you have to infuse in there some kind of way, either an obvious benefit or a higher order benefit where it takes you to another place, but it connects you to that brand. And then it has to be on strategy. And this is where we start counting coins. Now, you can have a wonderful commercial and it can be something that people talk about, but if they don't remember the product or the brand that was, being represented, you've wasted your money. You've wasted every penny of that $7 million that I really talked about a lot yesterday. And then, my main question is the juice worth the squeeze? Was it worth that $7 million? And did we nail some of the strategic components as well as some of the entertaining or nostalgic or anything that resonates with our primary target market, those folks we're trying to sell to? Did we nail it? Was it worth it? So this is what I used in order to arrive at where we are. So, without further ado, here we are, the top 5 worst ads. And I can't even remember if this is in ranked order, like yesterday's video, the other one. I just know that these 5, I just had a lot to say. All right, and so we'll go with that. Now, I gave these names because they just came to me as I was watching them. Now, number 5 goes to Michelob Ultra, and I call this award because I'm giving them awards, the GOAT that missed the boat award. Now, this one had a bunch of legendary athletes from different sports categories. I mean, everything from soccer to golf to tennis, football. I mean, you name it, they were in this bowling alley. And as it would turn out, all of them are awesome, right? All of them are awesome. And then who comes up, the last person entering the bowling alley? None other than my girl, Serena Williams. And so while I like the story line a little bit, it just was not exciting for me. It just it and branding was everywhere. Everyone had a Michelob Ultra in their hand. You saw the branding, but oh my gosh, was it attention grabbing? No. Exciting at all? Emotionally appealing? No. It just did not check a lot of boxes for me. I understand the whole. I thought the funniest little piece was that everyone rolled a strike on it, kind of thing. I'm looking at my notes to see, did I say anything else? Like for instance, I think it was Manning, one of the Manning brothers was in there, and you have color references to the teams he was a part. Listen, people are not trying to reach too far to interpret all this carrying on, and unless you are an extreme fan of whatever team that he was a part of, and nobody was picking up on that. Nobody was checking to see what if he had on his team colors on it. Nobody's on that. I thought that was a waste. And what else did I say? Yeah. It just that's all I can do is this right here. Mm-mm. So that's how I feel about that one. But I'm so glad the legends are still here to try to bring us joy on such a momentous occasion. Okay, because I always try to lead with something a little positive, and I did say goat. I did say that they were goats. Okay. I'm not even going. I mean, y'all. You know what? Let me see if I can play it. We'll see. She cried to the southern wind. You see the delay. I don't know. It didn't do much for me. Okay. Now, let's go to number 4. I'm calling this the Hodgepodge Award, honey. And it would be Bud Light, Seltzer, Hard Soda. Now, let me just be clear. I love Guy Fieri, okay? I am a diners, drive-ins, and dives, honey. A fan, honey. Watch his show. And there were some nostalgic references to maybe some other movies that, are near and dear to our hearts. And we get that he has this crazy hairstyle that he's known for and all this. I had to call this a hodgepodge wars because, honey, he took me on so many journeys, on so many places, too many for me to process and figure out. I was in a labyrinth, honey. I didn't know if I was going left, right, turn around, come back. What are we doing? So unless you are a huge cult fan of some of these movies that he was pulling from to try to tie the land of the, what is it? Let me look at my notes. The land of the loud flavors, honey, because he loves to, well, let me look here. He's from he loves to say Flavor Town and the things. Honey, it was so many references and things. It's wearing me out to talk about it. So you know what? I don't even know if I want to try to play the commercial. I'm going to try, but it really it wore me out. But they tried. And furthermore, I don't know if it's a niche offering with this salsa hard soda or what people do with it. I'm not really sure. I'm clearly not the target market. And I just wonder how many of those 100 million people who tuned into the Super Bowl were really excited to know that Bud Light was going to offer this. I just feel like, honey, Bud Light team, I think y'all could have redistributed that 7 million in a totally different way. I really, really do. And I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. I led with the positive. I did. Let's see if I can play this one. If not, I'm going to move on.
New Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda. New Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda.
Classic cola.
Loud flavor.
The mayor must be this.
Hey, wait!
Where are we?
Excuse me!
Flavor zone. Bland.
I'm tired already.
We bring flavor.
Excuse!
Whoa.
Citizens, there's a new flavor in town. I declare Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda the loudest flavors ever.
Flavor Town is going down. Let's go to number 3. I can't, honey. I just can't. So number 3, I'm going to call this the Snooze You Lose Award. Now, there is no reason why with $7 million that my main man, all right, man, it ain't no way that Matthew McConaughey endorsed this right here. I just think he said, okay, y'all are going to pay me the big bucks and I'm going to make it do what it do. Listen, I thought it was about air balloons. I really thought it was about hot air balloons. I really did, because that's all I saw floating and dreaming and thinking and put your camera on him and get him to walk around and do something, because flying around and then talking. Listen, I took the best nap almost on this. I didn't know what to do with this one, but say it was a snoozer. And let me see, but because I love Matthew. I do. I'm a huge fan. But what did I say, honey? He was the pro. And then I will give a shout out to my girl. Now, I don't know her name, but this actress is keeping a job. You hear me? It's the girl with the natural hair, kind of looks like mine in the commercials, and she's always looking cheery and bright and with a smile that's distinctive for her spirit. And I'm growing to love her because I see her. That girl is keeping herself employed, and I'm not mad at you, honey. And that's all I can say. And when she waved at Matthew, it looks like the kind of wave that I would give sheepishly if I saw him in person. So, girl, my vote is for you, okay? And I know you need to get those coins, and you're going to keep growing and progressing. I'm seeing you one day on the big screen. Let's make it happen. That's all I can say. But the sales force, I still don't really know what it is. Child, I couldn't figure it out. Let's go. What we got? Let's see. I'm gonna see how long I can stay with it before I yawn.
Space. The boundary of human achievement. The new frontier.
It's not time to escape. It's time to engage. It's time to plant more trees. It's time to build more trust. Time to make more space for all of us.
There's my girl. Look.
So while the others look to the
That's the
metaverse
best
and
part of
Mars, let's stay here and resort.
Did she have on some Oculus eyewear? What is this thing about? I just couldn't. I still can't figure what it's about. Let's move on. Number 2, what I'm calling the Team Too Much Award, honey, goes to Rocket Mortgage. Now, I love that Kendrick. I think she is so funny, and her timing comedically is just spot on every time. She knows how to steal the show. But let me just tell you, they even had some nostalgic Barbie house references and some other little little toys and carrying on that people who collect things like that would love to get. But you know what? This storyline was talking about bidding wars for a house. And I know it's about a mortgage. Okay, we figured that part out. But like you made a reference to your sister, the doll that's your sister, and I forget her name, honey. But you don't talk about your sister like that. You don't get on a national platform with 100 million people and make a reference that your sister's coming for you with this bidding wars and all this other stuff, Barbie. You don't do that. That was messy. Barbie was very messy in this, and whoever else was all up in there trying to bid. I just didn't like the vibe and the energy, and I didn't like that the sisters were this shade was going on. I didn't like that. And Barbie doesn't throw shade, but they made her throw shade on this. I didn't like it. What else did I say? Too many themes. It was too much to unpack, honey. You were talking fast, talking all this stuff. I'm looking at the dolls, then I'm looking at the Barbie house, remembering what pieces I had back in the day of the collections thing. It just took me on too many paths. Too many. It was team too much. Rocket Mortgage, you needed to scale back on that $7 million budget. And I'm going to need y'all to start small with your advertising budget or something. Start small and then build your way up to award-winning advertising. I'm just not really impressed with this one, but kudos to you for securing, that Barbie house and stuff. That was really a throwback for those of us who used to play with those dolls and this and the evolution of the Barbie brand, all of that stuff. But I thought it was a Barbie commercial. If I had the volume down, it needs to really all the captions and it was too much. And I'll leave it at that. Okay, and I think I'm going to play a little bit, not much, because it was too much. Hold on.
Barbie really wants this dream house. It's got stunning views and a slide.
Barbie's ready for fun.
So cool. Barbie found out about this dream house with an alert from Rocket Homes.
She did?
Well, it's a super competitive market. Everyone wants to buy the dream house.
Better off Betty.
I'll go 10 over asking.
Cash out for Carl.
Straight cash.
House flip for Skipper.
Let's turn to the studs.
You vultures, you're gonna start our bidding
Right
war.
there. I got
Less than I can deal.
right there.
Don't worry, Barbie
overwhelmed.
has a verified approval that shows.
No, I got to move on because I'm going to go to the number 1. It was already too much that night and I ain't going to put myself through that again. The number 1 worst, so to speak, commercial, and I have to give some commentary on this, is what I'm calling the Almost Had It All award. And I give it to Pringles. Let me give you a little preface on this. Now, it's not that I could not relate to this commercial because this has happened to me. The whole premise is how you get stuck your hand gets stuck in the Pringles container. You know, you're trying to get that last curvy chip, you know, and you get on that and your hand gets stuck. Now, that has probably happened to a lot of people. It's a profound consumer insight that consumers admitted as having. I think that's wonderful, an insight to base some creative on, right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. The thing about it is, you know, they had these moments showing you slices of life where you could have possibly gotten your hand stuck in the Pringles jar, okay? But the reason why I say you almost had it all, you could have, might have, maybe been one of the better commercials of the weekend. But then, see, advertisers take things sometimes a bit too far. And what you did at the end of this commercial, I almost can't even fix my mouth to say it, but I'm going to say it. So you went so far as to show a deceased relative inside a casket, and then with a Pringles can stuck in his hand in there. And then one of the nephews or grandsons or whomever, he could now goes to the food table and his hand gets stuck. Now, let me just tell you something now, Pringles. Now, there is shock factor and there's being memorable and then there's being inappropriate. There are a lot of people experiencing some things out there in this world when it comes to bereavement, when it comes to grief. You went too far, and yes, I gave you the number one, almost had it all. But I'm giving you a compliment, and I'm pulling it back because creatively, you had something, you had a nugget, and you stomped and trashed it when you became inappropriate at the end. I don't want you. I'm gonna need you, Team Pringles, to never do that again. I just need you to pull that moment back. Take that last part out if you're going to still air that commercial. And I do mean that. Okay, you see me doing this? That means I'm serious. You were on to something and you messed it up by trying to be too clever, overly clever. Stop it. Somebody on that team, I know some marketer on that team said, hey, you guys, you think we might be doing a bit too much? Oh, no, it's going to be memorable. Yeah, it's memorable, but you may have offended your target audience and the people who may have tried a Pringles. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. And I have had my share of Pringles, honey. Let's be clear. But you know what? That sent me somewhere, probably because of things going on in this world that people are very sad about right now. And I went from maybe being intrigued by your commercial to at the very end, I was borderline appalled and offended and something else. I don't know. It put me somewhere. Don't do that again. And think about it as a team before you cross that line of being too much or inappropriate, because you really had something there. And I really wanted to give you, more shine in a positive way, but it just gets overshadowed by that moment that you decided to put in your commercial. I'm sorry, not sorry. Okay, just like you were not sorry for not thinking. I'm not sorry for telling you you were inappropriate from a marketing, business, personal target market, branding standpoint. Pull it together, gather your mind and yourselves, and don't ever do that again. Now that I've vented, that's just how I feel about it. It's my opinion, but I at least used the criteria to get there. And I was leading with a positive and just wanted to give you my insights just based on professional experience. So I hope that helps. So that concludes my top 5, worst, commercials. It really just means you had an opportunity with all those millions of dollars to do better. So we know better now. So we're going to do better. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do better. All right. So this is Pam Jordan with Boss Up Marketing, where because marketing is everywhere you are, everything is on the table and up for discussion. Be sure, and I did put another little slide on the end there, honey, if it'll go to it. I want because I don't even want to play this commercial. So we're going to keep moving. I just wanted to show you a little subscribe. No, I'm not showing y'all that. We're going to go right here. I want you again to like, subscribe, comment on some content that you would like for me to create a tutorial or a mini lesson on to help you better understand marketing and business concepts. And I will, as things come up, I will post more videos.